Welcome back, and today we find ourselves on the northeastern part of the Boston wasteland. There was a call for someone that needed some help up in this area, so our benevolent one decided to go and take a look at who was calling. Here's what she found.
Excuse me.
Welcome to the Slog. We're the only tarberry bog in the Commonwealth.
Being fairly
So what do you think of the
unknowledgeable of
The
ghouls
slog.
and
How'd you come
everything
up with
out
that
here,
name?
We did.
the benevolent
It
one
was the caravan
is wondering
traders who started that.
what makes these
Started
people
this
tick
place a
and
few years
how can I
back.
help them.
I couldn't think of a name for it.
These look like these
Then
are
one day,
the
one of
future
traders
humans.
pulls up after it's been raining for hours and says he's never had to slog through so much mud in his life. I asked him if it was worth it, and he said, for the best tarberries in the Commonwealth.
These ghouls are more educated and self-aware of
Working here is
themselves
like a slog
and
through the
everything
mud.
around them.
It's tough going, and you'll get
They're definitely
dirty
different
doing
than
it.
the other ghouls that we've
At the end of the
encountered
day,
in
it's worth it.
this wasteland.
You probably noticed it's only ghouls around here. I used to live in Diamond City until that rat bastard mayor threw me and all the other ghouls out. I decided that we ghouls should have a place where we could feel welcome, and that's mainly why I started up this farm.
It looks like you've done well for yourselves.
It's a good start, yeah, and I'm proud of all the work we've done. Still, I think we can do more. What if this place could be more than just a refuge for ghouls who aren't welcome elsewhere? What if it could also be an example of what we can do when we put our minds to something and work together? We want this to be a place that everyone looks forward to visiting, with smiling faces, good bargains, and great produce. Maybe we can make people take a second look, you know? Maybe then they'd see that we're not monsters.
I think it's a great idea.
You really think so? Because if you do, we could definitely use some help.
We can't sell tarberries without traders, and trade caravans need safe roads. There's a gang of super mutants that's been preying on anyone who comes near their turf, including traders. It'd be a great help to us if you could take care of those brutes once and for all.
A fairly self-reliant settlement was refreshing in today.
You know where they're coming from.
We have a pretty good idea. I hope you can find them and wipe them out.
Of course, we're going to help these exiled ghouls. The more people we have as allies, the better we're going to be off. Let's see how these super mutants react to us visiting them. With a gun in hand, we're off to our travels. Upon our fast travel arrival, we are getting shot at immediately. This isn't welcome here. Through the iron sight, our benevolent one took a shot. She was not happy. Clearly, these mutants don't want to talk. Is this world really worth saving? With enemies like this, who fire on sight? And with a slightly heavy heart, the decision was made. We have to find these people who did this to these settlers, and we have to take them out. I know that there's others lurking about. Where are you? There you are. With a couple quick shots to the head and a hound right in front, we took them out. These creatures, they're no longer human. They have no morals. With the super mutants dead and the use of stim packs, we finally finished the job. We're going back. With a quick breath to clear the head, we decided we're going to go back to our friendly ghouls. Let them know everything's taken care of. Them super mutants will no longer bother you. Just another day in the American wasteland.
Well, you're still alive. That either means you haven't gone after those super mutants yet, or...
No worries, Wiseman. They're taken care of.
Those super mutants won't be bothering you again.
I guess you were the right person for the job, huh?
After helping these ones in need, they decided to join our faction.
We've decided to support the Minutemen.
Sean.
We've got to help each other if we want things to get better.
In a world that's as rough and unknownly as this one, it's always good to have friends and allies. And we just got another one.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
Sure.
So at this point, we decided to stay for the night and wait until daybreak to start building up their settlement. We also got a new addition to their settlement, and you might remember him as Sheffield, an old alcoholic who's trying to better himself. We told him that if he wanted it, there was a job opportunity for him. And as soon as we told him that there was that job opening, he accepted to come and join our slog and meet up with his old pals from the Diamond City who, unfortunately, one like him, were banished. Sheffield, being the laid-back, grateful person he is, has no problem with these ghouls and was willing to help them. At this point, it was time to start building some defense for these friendly ghouls of ours to make sure that no raiders or super mutants will have the chance to mess with them again. So, as time progressed, I added some food. We cleared up a little bit of the mess. We added a whole bunch of defense, a little bit of electricity, and we even have a computer that helps sort anybody who may or may not be looking for a job now or in the future. This computer makes everything like that a lot easier. At first, there was no other jobs available, so at this time we decided we're going to add food and we're going to start adding stores, and we are going to start with a clinic. They're rare in this wasteland. Any settlement that can build commerce has a strong advantage over the others. We're going to make these outcasts strong and unified. The next thing, clearly, to build would be a bar to relax after a hard day of work for everyone here. Let's add some seating to allow these hard workers to actually have a place to relax for a little while and cool off. The next most important thing to do would be to fortify their main income resource, the poolful of the Tarberries, since they are the only place in the Commonwealth that actually has them. At this point, we are going to shelter the Tarberries from being damaged by unwanted and unwelcome guests. For any future attacks, we will have a little more of a safety net for their very unique farming resource. It isn't much, but it is their own land, and they're surviving, even without my help here. We're going to help them survive even more, though. Once the majority of the warehouse was complete, we decided we were going to start putting a patio on there and a deck. And this is where the bar is going to be placed later on. We figured, this is going to be a main attraction to any sort of for traders and possible tourists that'll be around to explore this area in the possible future. On top of that, after a hard day of work with these ghouls, they'll have a little location to chill, relax, have a couple drinks, and try to enjoy the rest of their evening. For the remainder of the day and a little bit of the day after, we spent the time putting everything together and finalizing the new warehouse, the defense, lighting and electricity, and the stores, and water, and the shops. It was a long process, but it was done, and it was completed well. With overwhelming joy in her heart, she went and she continued to work and build and provide to help these people. This is going to be a good place, she believed, and it will be. Does this place have the potential to be a future Diamond City? At this point, we wanted to continue to build up this settlement and make it a powerhouse of a location. However, we were running out of size. You only get so much room that you can use to build your settlement up, unless, of course, you're modding the game or whatnot. In this case, we are not using mods because this is more for beginners and new people to this game who may just want to play the game as the vanilla version that it came out to be in the beginning. With that said and done, this is our Slog Tarberry warehouse. Over there we have the bar, and you can see that there's ladders going up to get out of the water. Of course, because it's mostly ghouls that are working here at this time, the radiation in that water will not affect them. However, if they do have tourists or whatnot, we do have the patios for them to observe and see how everything's going and how everything works. And we'll just throw some final touches on here, a couple more chairs, and that's pretty much that's all she wrote. A few more finishing touches here, and we were done. We have completed the slog. And we're also very grateful that we made some new allies. There's very few people that are willing to help a group of outcasts in the wasteland. And we figured any little group that we can help will always strengthen the whole as a people of the wasteland. Every ally that we meet will hasten the enemies we defeat. So welcome to the United States Wasteland. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you liked it. Have a good day. Bye now.